Only drummer in the building. Only drummer in the building. Drama, 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 drama. What you gonna do? Woo.
Welcome to Only Drama in the Building. This is your half Argentinian, half Spanish, half Aussie host, Diego. And next to me, we have this Aussie bloke who thinks that Vegemite is a delicacy.
Vegemite's delicious. Don't knock it.
What does it mean?
Means I'm gonna fight you.
Well, on this episode, we're going to be talking about cultural differences and stereotypes. What do you think of stereotypes? Are they true? Are they not? Are they lying to us? Is it the truth?
I think that there are a lot of stereotypes between cultures that people try and pigeonhole and just make every person out to be the same thing. We're not cookie cutter conformity, so I don't think that stereotypes are accurate. What do you think?
I think stereotypes are more accurate than we realize. It doesn't mean that, of course, everyone is the same or you follow the rules for everything that you are expected to be. But I think we like to feel, oh, we are so different, I'm unique.
Well, why don't you think you're unique?
Oh, I am unique. But I'm also a bit cliche.
Okay, can you tell me about some of the cliches that you fall into for Spanish culture?
Actually, I don't fall in any cliche for Spanish.
That is not true, let me tell you.
What do you have to say to this?
So, there are two things that I think that you conform to for Spanish culture. One, the drama. You Spanish people, you love drama, or the telenovelas, or the I moment.
How can you say this to me?
Yes, exactly. Everything is with a little moment of drama.
There is a difference between passion and drama.
But is it passion or is it passionate drama? That is the question.
Both.
The second thing is you have two volumes, loud and louder. So, prove that I'm wrong.
I'm proving you wrong.
Okay, but that's not accurate.
Remove those words from your mouth.
I shan't.
I'm not loud. I think like when we discuss important topics, we are a bit louder than usual. But because we are having fun, it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so what would you classify as an important topic?
Anything. Like, what is the last Lady Gaga song? That's an important topic.
So
your grandmother has died. That's an important topic.
I took one thing out of this. He said anything.
Well, everything is important. If you put it into perspective, nothing is important. But at the same time, everything can be important. It depends on you. And I feel like if you don't give importance to anything, then everything is boring.
That is true.
What do you do with life? Like, oh, how was your day? Okay. No, maybe you can find like something.
Exactly. You do need to have nuance. But I also think that typically there's a lot more drama when it's coming from South Americans and Spanish people. And I know that I'm pigeonholing here now by classifying everybody as one thing.
Yeah, the person who didn't believe in stereotypes. Look how you're throwing them.
No. There are plenty of stereotypes that you don't fall into. Spanish people are supposed to be quite romantic. Would you define yourself as a romantic, Diego?
I am romantic. I need the situation to be put into the right moment.
I'm hearing that you need me to create the situation of romance.
No. Don't twist my words and do your English thing with the words that you do. What I'm saying is you cannot be romantic, especially with you, because you don't like public display of affection. You don't like this or the other. Like, you need your moment for everything. So I used to be romantic, but you disallow me or something, and now I'm not romantic.
I extinguish the flames of your romance.
Yes, you always say I don't like flowers, I don't like the other. So what do I do?
It is true. I don't like flowers. And I suppose you're right when you say that I'm not into public displays of affection. Never have been. I don't like holding people's hands.
Why do you put that disgusting face when you're imagining holding my hand?
Yeah, I'm imagining not just holding your hand. So
you're imagining holding another man's hand.
John Cortajarena, like
Clean
he
done.
can hit me up.
You are imagining another man in front of me.
I don't know. I get sweaty hands, and it just makes me uncomfortable.
I don't have sweaty hands.
You get sweaty hands, but that's not the point. So it does make me a little bit uncomfortable in terms of like that. But I do think that there are moments of romance, like you could take me for a dinner, or I don't know, take me to out for a walk where we go to the park where you've prepared a nice little lunch, but then you don't really like to cook, so it's a bit difficult.
This episode is not let's talk about how Diego does bad things.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Just clarifying for you in case you get confused.
And
that's maybe next episode.
And for future reference. But yeah, I think that there are some opportunities for more romance. I absolutely love a Spanish holiday that they have in Barcelona called St. Jordi's. And I love how like you give one person is given a rose and the other person is given a book. So give me a book.
I gave you an ebook who is full of dust and you never use. So you're not getting more presents. See, that's where I'm not romantic. That's where I'm not romantic. I pour my heart thinking what you need, what would make you happy, and then things collect dust like a piece of toilet paper.
But
no, there is no but to this. There is only a thing that you can say here. Diego, I am sorry. Diego. Anything else? No. No.
Diego, I have a question though. You say what you think I need. Do you not think it would be better to follow the things that I already like and would buy for myself, like a book?
An ebook is a lot of books.
No, an ebook is electronic. You know, I like the pages. I like turning them. I like their smell. But we're getting sidetracked. So, stereotypes. Is there any stereotype in Australia that you think I definitely do not conform to?
From a Spanish perspective, Australians are rich, very rich, and they love sport. Those two things go hand in hand.
All I hear is cricket's for the rich, and sport, well, I'm all good.
Yeah, I've never seen you moving. I think
that's not
just
true.
walking. I give you that walking.
I like to hike. I like to go swimming, but I'm not really a team sports person. It's my ick.
Yeah, I tried to take you to the gym once. Oh my god, you almost got a rush.
Oh please. We've gone to the gym together at least 5 times now, and every time I'm like, I'm never going back.
Okay, answer my question. When you went to the gym, were you smiling before? Were you smiling during the gym? Were you smiling after?
No.
Exactly.
Gyms make me uncomfortable.
So my point proven. Very little Aussie in there. But what I think you fall into as an Aussie is you love alcohol. You love your beer, you love your pub, and you can drink up to your heart's content.
I don't know whether I would say that I love a pub scene. I don't know whether it's necessarily my vibe, but if I was to go out, I do enjoy a drink, yes.
When you say a drink, what do you mean?
10 drinks.
Okay, thank you for the confession.
But yeah, no, I think that is something that's probably very much ingrained into Australian culture. At the same time, there are fewer and fewer people in the younger generation who they're choosing not to drink now.
Who do you know? Or where would you consider young?
Well, no, it's like the Gen Zers. It's been sort of said that they drink less and they're choosing to drink less. I actually think that it's become really expensive now. So I would prefer to have a bottle of wine at home, or do a wine date with you or family or friends. That's cute.
Yeah. So do you think because in Spain, I don't know if it's Spain, but my family, when I was a kid, there was alcohol is devil. You cannot have alcohol.
No. I've been with your family. Alcohol isn't the devil.
Well, not anymore. Like, you're a bad influence.
I'm not a bad influence, but our brother-in-law tried to keep up with me drinking when I went to Spain, and
you almost made my sister a widow. Like, oh my god, he was. I don't know how he survived that. You need to be careful.
And then he was like, "You macho?" And I'm like, "Are you macho? Get another drink."
Yeah. How embarrassing, because it was me and my niece, not drunk, and you and him on the street on the way back, 3 a.m. Oh my god, like we were like, we don't know them.
Well, to be fair, we were speaking in English, so maybe not everybody understood me.
It's not right.
It's not right. Well, I guess that's another thing. Is there anything that you have found difficult being in Australia with another language? Like, you're constantly having to conform and speak English. Obviously, we have friends who speak Spanish, but how do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's difficult in the sense that in Spanish, you have to believe this. Don't ask my Spanish friends. I'm smart, okay? But when I'm in English, I feel like I need to process everything, even though I can have a fast conversation. Having a comeback or a joke, sometimes it takes like the extra second to think, and it's like it's not funny anymore.
Even if you're using incorrect English, you're still funny, and that's what that becomes the joke.
Well, I think people don't understand me and they laugh anyway. Like, they don't know what I'm saying. And I'm like, I'm being serious right now. Like, it's just the accent. Another thing that I think you fall under the stereotype of Australia is that everything is larger here.
Where are you going with this?
You're being a bit dirty. Like, people are taller, the houses are bigger, the animals. Oh my God, the animals are huge as well.
Well, we've got big spiders.
Spiders, cockroach. Like, the first animal that I saw in Australia, it was a cockroach in the train from the airport. It was, I'm not dramatizing, a 1/2 meter cockroach.
Okay, will I bring you back to the fact that in telenovela, you dramatize everything? So I'm imagining that this was a normal size cockroach.
No. I confess I dramatize, but this thing is true.
I think, like when you were saying about like houses and everything being bigger, it always reminds me of something that you say, that you think families are bigger in Australia. And
yes.
You think that comes down to like the fact that we have a better monetary quality of life.
Yes, and I think Australians are not aware how much money they have. Everyone complains that they're poor, but then you have 3 cars, a 3-story house, and...
Okay, well, let's be real. We don't own a house. We rent. It's a lot of money. So it's stopping us from actually affording a house. Then you have... What else did you say?
I don't know. I'm not saying that everyone, obviously, but a lot of people complaining, they don't realize how well it is. Because in Spain, things are the same price and the minimum salary is like 1/4 of what you get here. And you still have to meet ends with 1/4 of the salary. So, and it's really challenging. And I think that's what makes the culture different as well.
And do you think that's why people choose to have less children?
Yes, I think you cannot afford it. If you don't want to, I don't know, starve or something, you cannot have 4 kids.
Well, I'm one of 6 kids, as you know. So I think that what my mum always said was, after the first 3, expense didn't matter, because you just have already learnt to adapt and use money and like move money where you need it, when you need it.
Yes, I don't know. I have to disagree. I feel like having a kid, it's going to be expensive. You still can reuse things or the other, but it comes with a price.
Of course it comes with a price, especially in our situation where we are actually going to have to spend money to have a child, no matter which direction we take. So it's definitely a factor that we've discussed and have weighed up, and we will eventually, just not right now, right?
Yes, we need a dog first to use as a practice.
A dog is not a practice for a child.
Well, they're cute. You don't want a dog?
We can definitely have a dog, but it is not the same.
They're not that different, are they?
They're very different.
What do you mean? Babies, they poo. Dogs, they poo all the time as well. Dogs are noisy. Babies are noisy. Like, both are cute.
I think though, like with Australian culture in general, we work a lot to make sure that we achieve those means. Yes, our salaries might be higher, but people work hard for it. People really try to gain what they can in life and make sure that they have the best lives that they can have.
It's very motivating.
Yeah, I feel so.
Are you saying that Spanish people don't work hard? That's
no,
what
I didn't say that. Although we all have heard.
Although, what do you mean?
We've all heard of the Spanish siesta.
I never done a siesta because they are dangerous. They're very dangerous.
Since when?
Always, because if I go for a siesta like 10 minutes, I wake up the day after. So I cannot do a siesta.
That is true in Diego's case. And if you try and wake him up, it is like trying to pull somebody's teeth out.
Yes, and you wake up more tired. Yeah, I don't know how people can control themselves.
I literally had a siesta, yesterday? Zonked out for an hour, woke up, felt amazing.
No, I think you are more Spanish than me. You have all the stereotypes. Every single one of them, you do. Because I saw your list before, this is Clinton.
Aha, I can dance.
No. You think you can dance. You think when people give you a compliment, it's a compliment. We were in that wedding. No.
Let me tell the story.
No, I'm going to tell the story
you didn't know what happened
from a
until I told you.
mentally healthy person who is not crazy. Someone told you, are you on drugs? Because you were dancing like this. And you thought, oh my God, I'm dancing so energetic and so good that people think that I'm on drugs.
Context. It was song after song after song. I kept dancing and I just had so much energy. And the person who was dancing with me, she was like, are you on drugs? And I'm like, no, why? And she's like, you just have so much energy. And I'm like, because I love to dance.
Clinton, it was a Spanish person, and I'm a Spanish person. I'm translating the message.
Oh, yeah.
You look crazy. That's what the person was trying to say.
Everybody kept coming up to me at that wedding and being like, where are you from? You're so much fun. So, yeah. I'm going to take that. It's tokenism, but I was like, I'm winning.
I think that's a way of speaking that you didn't understand. And talking of that, that's my next stereotype for Australian people. I feel like in Australia, especially in a workplace, people beat around the bush and there is these polite pleasantries to say things that we don't have in Spain.
Can you give an example?
If you don't like someone's idea, you would be, that's such a great idea. Oh my God. However, blah, blah, blah. And you know that person is thinking, your idea is shit. And in Spain, they will tell you that idea is shit. But here you are like, oh, that's such a good idea. La, la,
I think that very much depends on like the workplace and the trust that you have in the people that you work with.
Okay, I'm talking like an office.
Yeah, I work in an office and I feel confident enough to say when I do or don't like something, but I'm blunt.
You don't reassure people of their feelings? Because in Spain, we don't have feelings, it seems. Because people...
And yet out of the two of us, I feel like I'm far more callous.
Delusion moment 3.
You don't think that you think you're more callous than what I am?
I don't know what callous is, but I am more callous than
it's
you.
like
I can imagine. No.
Blunt to the point where it can come off as a bit cruel.
Yes, you are mean. Yes.
See, I'm not mean though. I just say it as it is, and people actually respect me for it.
So if we ask your colleagues, is Clinton mean? No one would say yes.
I'm everybody's favorite.
All right, I have to ask.
Probably not, but still. So one of the other things that I always think about is that Spanish people and South American people love meat. Like, there's lots of meat shops, lots of delis, like lots of expensive hams. And what do you think about that?
I think there is a big meat culture, but I'm vegetarian. So the only meat that I eat is not the one that you buy in the butcher.
Mic drop.
No, it's the fake meat that you buy in the vegetarian section. What were you thinking? Clinton!
That is a scandal.
You're always dirty.
That is quite a scandal. So that brings us to controversy time.
Boop.
Ooh. So, Diego, what's the first topic on controversy time today?
We have this very controversial moment.
Ooh.
Someone said that the worst thing of Australia are teenagers.
Do you agree with that?
If I had to make the statement, my statement would be teenagers are the worst, period. I would finish the sentence there.
I tend to agree with what that person has said. I don't think that there is as much respect in the younger generation anymore. I know I sound like I'm over the hill right now.
Yeah, I think teenagers are in that phase of life that they want to be included in that group and they do stupid things all the time, thinking that they're funny or they are fitting in.
Yeah, I suppose it's all about like trying to make sure that you feel comfortable within your own group, right? So people are willing to sort of be a little bit sillier and do their own thing.
Yeah, we all been there.
We've all been there. So
were you a stupid teenager? You look like a stupid teenager.
I think everybody was a stupid teenager.
No, I was very formal.
How many piercings did you get in your teenage years?
But that's not being a bad person. See, now you sound like a grandmother. Like, if you have a piercing and a tattoo, you are going to hell.
I have plenty of tattoos and I have don't have any piercings.
You're
I
not a good example.
Didn't do any of that during my teenage years. So I feel like I may have regretted things had I done it then. But yeah, I feel like I was pretty okay.
Well, that's your perspective.
The next thing, though, is a little bit more controversial in my opinion.
More? Ooh, what is that?
So this person said that they don't understand the whole pronoun thing for non-binary people with they, them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have feelings about this?
Well, especially in English. I mean, everyone can be called whatever they want. I don't mind. But in English, it confuses me that they use the plural.
Yeah, I
because
do find that confusing.
Why? I would prefer if they make a word, like have your own word. I don't know, chim cham chum. But don't use they, because then you are talking about people.
Yeah, I do feel like, and this is no judgment to anybody who's non-binary or anybody who doesn't identify within, they identify on a spectrum.
Are you scared of being cancelled? You seem like
No,
you're trying.
I'm just being like fair. But I think that it does become a bit confusing when you refer to one person as multiple people.
Someone needs to create a word.
Yeah. In the interim, I will continue calling you whatever pronouns you like, and I respect you for whomever you are.
The media, they make so much drama out of these exceptions that someone identifies as a potato, and you see these reels with 3 million views, and everyone is like, oh my God, how crazy is the world? And maybe no one identifies as a potato, and they're making these news.
Wait. What vegetable would you identify as?
It depends on the situation. Give me a context and I tell you which fruit I am.
In the shower.
In the shower, am I a little banana?
That one's not being cancelled.
No, let's ask me again the question. Because I was thinking you have a layer, the banana, you peel the banana. And then
No. That one's going in there. Well, I wasn't feeling like that. I feel like more like a broccoli. Like I feel like
in
abundant.
Or
yeah, like when you're in the shower, you're abundant. You got a healthy head of hair. Like, although mine's thinning, but
is your new pronoun bro, co, and lee, or what is it?
Bro, co, lee. Yes, that's me.
That's what we're calling you.
Okay. So Diego, what was the third and final topic of controversy time today?
This is the most controversial one that we had so far. Someone said that people are not entitled to have kids. That is not alright.
Well, I think that to an extent it's right, because not everybody should have kids. There are plenty of parents who have children and they don't treat them right. They don't provide for them. They don't care for them in the way that they should. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's a lot of people who can't have children who deserve to, that would make great parents, and they're just not able to. So yeah, I feel like that's a really hard one to unpack, but yeah.
So are you agreeing or disagreeing?
I agree. Not everybody's entitled to be a parent, and they shouldn't be treated as an entitlement.
So you think there should be a law that says people cannot have kids unless...
No, I just don't think that there should be a law to curate what people can do with their lives.
So it's like your right to have kids. You are agreeing with this, disagreeing?
I think it is my choice to have children, but I also think that people need to be in the correct position to do so.
What I think is, like, for adopting, for example, you have to pass some exams, right? So I think those exams that you pass, everyone should pass them to become a parent. What is the difference between an adopted kid and
a biological child?
A biological kid. Why someone needs to pass an exam and for the other you don't? There are so many parents that they are full of crap in their head. They don't know what they're doing, and they're passing traumas, mistreating the kids. Why? I think maybe, and because we are in a moment that the earth is overpopulated, maybe there should be a bit more of the kids that exist, like let's make them have a good life.
So I just think that it's about ticking a few boxes to make sure that you're in that right space and you've really thought about bringing a child into the world. Yeah.
You don't need to be batshit crazy and have a kid.
Exactly. Although you can be a little bit batshit crazy in the fun type of sense and make that child just as crazy as you.
Oh, yeah, I'm scared if the kid that we have is like you and starts doing crazy shit around the house.
Well, at least I'll have somebody to dance in the kitchen with me.
I'll dance. You don't follow when I want to dance.
Please.
Yes.
Well, anyway, to wrap this one up, I would like to say thanks everybody for listening. And we look forward to having you join us next time.
Yes, remember to leave a review if you are listening in Spotify. Make us famous, please. Leave
Help
a review.
us grow. That's what he really means. Help us grow.
No, I want the money. Like, leave a review. I want to be next to Lady Gaga sitting here. Like,
he wanted to be that rich Australian that he was talking about before.
Yes. I have the mindset of a rich person. I just want to spend the money that I don't have. So,
well, thanks, guys. See you next time.